Welcome to this look at a crazy new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Deadwood. This is a new mod map out by Poorboy and Bruce's Gaming. 556.37 megabytes download. There are no required mods, but don't let that fool you. This map is nuts. I mean, so over the top, bonkers. I'm a little bit intimidated on this map tour because there is so much to get through. I'm just going to have to crack straight on. There are a few things you absolutely need to know on this map. I've done a few little clips off camera. I spent hours on this last night trying to work out how things worked. You need premium expansion and platinum expansion for all of the productions to work on this. So if you don't have those, it's a bit restrictive because some of the productions, if you're already on this, if you've already been on and trying to work out why some of them don't seem to be working or showing everything, that will be why. Premium platinum expansion are pretty much required. It doesn't say required, but pretty much. If we go into, let's just go into here first. We'll go down to mods and DLCs. So under Deadwood, we've got tons of stuff. We don't actually start with any of this stuff, weirdly, but this is all in here. So we've got some Komatsu gear, the buckets and things. If you look at the bottom as I scroll through, I'm not going to go through all the options on these, but we have got larger capacities. Like that bucket will go 5,000 up to 25,000 litres. The Demco side dump, massive capacities. These take all different. If you look at the bottom, there's so much extra stuff on this. Different fuels and crude oil, and we'll see as we go around. So we've got tanks for those. We've got the Prinoth modded. Then we've got stuff for doing lavender harvesting, lavender tag trailer. We've got lavender module trailer. We've got lavender harvesters. Then we've got root crop stuff. That's got I mean, that will do everything. That's the rootster multi-fruit that's been put in here by then. We've got a tornado, more trailers, and we run through a selection of lorries. I mean, tons and tons and tons of options, trailers, and out on the end, an INR series. So no shortage of modded gear. One thing I will say, and I'll show you on the one that we start with, it's quite loud. Under build mode, under sheds, we've got some stuff put in by the map makers. Under silos, we've got a pallet and bale and pallet storage. Under containers, we've got a buying station. Again, I didn't see a buying station on the map somewhere, but is there available if you want it. Under farmhouses, we've got a chair for a sleep trigger if you want to put that in. Obviously, all the other stuff is premium and platinum because I said there's no other required mods. Under production, there are loads. Go out to the very end. The productions that have been added in, it's mind-boggling. It is. Sell points. Oh no, hang on, take that back. Residential sale, where were they? No, what was I saying? They're all sell points. Why did I put down it was late last night when I was doing this? I do apologise. That's under sell points. There was nothing under greenhouses, orchards, or generators. But if we go to our animals, there was nothing under cows, but we have got under or horses. We have got pigs, sheep, and chickens. Have got some stuff added in. But on all of the animals, this is what I want to show you. There's an extra icon in there, and that's for sweet feed. That'll make more sense later on as well. So you can make sweet feed for them, which can be fed to the animals. What else have we got? Nothing under decoration. Under landscaping, I think we just had an extra. Now, again, my eyesight. Now, I think that says that's prairie grass, but we have got an extra crop type. I think it's prairie. I thought either it is prairie tail, but I think it's prairie tall. We'll see the grass when we go around. Like I say, I've done lots of little clips to add into this video, so I'm going to have to speed up. So that's all that. As far as extra crop types go, then, if we go into this mode here and look over to the right-hand side, on top of the premium expansion ones, we've got our red beet carrots and parsnip down the bottom. We have got prairie tall, alfalfa, clover, mustard, peas, lentils, green feed, oats, and lavender. Now, all of those go in the ground with a seeder. If we go into, no, that's what we want. I'm not going to get this done, am I? Where are we? Under seeders, that's under planters. Right, planters, mention that while I'm here. Planters, all the planters have been tweaked on this, so you can do sugarcane, you can do poplar, and you can do potato. So all the planters have been adjusted on this map. If we go to seeders, all of the extra crop types can be put in with seeders. The first three, your prairie tall, alfalfa and clover, are all grass types. They can all be mowed, foraged, that kind of thing. Mustard peas, lentils, and lavender can all be harvested with a regular header, but lavender can also be baled with those lavender balers, so that's a bit complicated. I want to stop. Contracts are available on this map, you might be glad to know, and there are 100 collectibles. We start here at the vehicle workshop. I haven't even shown you the map, have I? The map, kind of, I showed you the crops. The map looks like this. Northern part, mostly forestry. We'll get on to that later on. There is a quarry up the top here, not quite a mine, kind of. Then the fields are down to the south. Field prices are, I mean, okay, this is what we start with on New Farmer. Plot 34, 20 and 58. I mean, they're all right, actually. They're not horrendously expensive when you consider it. We come up to the top section. The forest is split up into manageable chunks. Again, not too bad. What is interesting is the quarry, and you'll see when we get up there later on. That's the final thing we get to. Really cheap. And it can be done in two halves as well. You'll see why that's relevant. So as far as buying all that, no problem at all. Vehicle shop is here. If we open up the doors, we do start with some of our equipment and machinery here. And the workshop trigger is at the back just here. So this is one of the modded lorries, and it's got a Jake brake. Downside is you can't turn it off. But if you like a Jake brake, that's fine. I did have a look on my options. We've got fold truck, which does the extra axle, and then we can slide the fifth wheel backwards and forwards. But unfortunately, I don't think we can turn the Jake brake off. I'm going to grab a pickup to go around, and I'm going to put some money in because we are definitely going to need money. So bear with me while I just do that, and then we'll crack right along. Money is in, pickup obtained, we need to crack on. I apologise now if I miss anything. I've tried to be as thorough as possible, but there was a whole load of stuff going on here. We're going to whiz. Actually, you know what? Sorry. Go. There's a gap in the fence here. We'll go through. Right. There's fencing around a lot of the fields. Once you own the fields, fencing can be removed. Part of our start machinery is here at this field. On the map, there may be more, but you can get straw from corn and soybean. I will show you a clip I did earlier of this. Pretty cool. That will all become relevant as we go around. This is going to be another one of those maps where as we go around, more and more stuff will become relevant because of the reason I put on the thumbnail. Is it too much? I have no problem with productions. I have no problem with palettes. I have no problem with anything like that. And the maps that have new stuff on and cool stuff on, I really like that. When stuff is so heavily interlinked, potentially it becomes cumbersome. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Red Marble Bowl here doesn't have a sell point. If we look on it, we can. I've already bought that land. I bought that plot on top just so I could put my government subsidy signs down. But we can buy all the plots as we go along. Now all the housing down here, and you'll notice that I'm going to whiz around the back here. We've got this little bit here, and buy a lot of the accommodation housing as we go along. Please let me find one. Oh, there we go, there's one. These, I'll show you a video clip later on. These are relevant, and these are all the way down here on the housing. There are some behind some of the buildings. Again, that will become relevant. So, oh dear. I'm just looking down my notes now thinking, oh no. The vehicle store is the reset point on the map as well. I meant to say that when we were over and look there. We have got just here, restaurant. As we go a little bit further along, Like I say, we've got a fire station. None of the doors or anything open on that, but there is a fire station, so if you are running the emergency services pack, you've got somewhere to put stuff. All these residential plots and stuff we can purchase if we want to. Dairy coming up on the right hand side. On the traffic. I will try to be as speedy as possible. I'm trying to think, I can't remember which ones now had extra stuff, which ones didn't. I think dairy was standard, yep. So dairy here, standard. Across the way, this is not standard. And this is why platinum and premium are required, and you'll see more as we go around. Fast food restaurant is just there. If we go up onto the steps here and buy this is the root crop processing. So this does everything. We've got soups, and then we've got preserves, and potato chips. Now, when I came on it before, I didn't have premium or platinum enabled, and it didn't make sense. It was showing me things down here, potato chips. It was showing me recipes on the right-hand side, outgoing products. There was nothing. I don't understand. It didn't make any sense at all. And that was why, because I need to have these in here. So all of these things can be produced, made, and you see there it says corn oil. Again, that will become relevant later on. You'll see things that will pop up, and as we go around, they'll either switch from the top menu to the bottom menu. They're either being produced or they're going to be used to produce something. So that's root crop processing centre. We come a bit further along past the root crop processing centre. We have spinnery, we have bakery, which again I think we're fairly standard if I recall correctly. We have got the cereal factory, again I think that was standard, and then we come across here. I'm going to double check this. I don't think the grain mill was, but I will double check. By the grain mill, there we go. So grain mill, wheat flour, barley, oats, sorghum, corn, canola, sunflower, and soybean flour. All of those products can be bought here. It's just flour coming out, generic, but what you will also notice though, required paper roll. So that's what I'm saying. There are a lot of the productions that do require other productions, so it's not just as straightforward as coming in and saying, okay, I'm just going to make my flour, because to use the flour mill here, you've got to have paper roll, which means you've got to have made paper roll first, which potentially means you need something else before you can get going. So I'm so torn, because I love it. I love all of the interactive stuff, and I like the way it all works, but I'm just a little bit, I don't know. Right, not great processing, although the building looks like it. Charcoal and pellets. We click on this one. So the charcoal and pellet factory. Charcoal and pioneer pellet. Again, required in coal, bark, carton roll, sawdust and paper roll. Charcoal out, pioneer pellet. Now, as far as it goes with regard to pricing, I'm not going to go down the pricing list and show all the prices for everything. It comes down to you to decide whether it's something you want to do. You don't have to if you don't want to. Biomass heating plant is just there. Grocery mart is just there. What do we have up round the back here? There was something else. Oh no, fast food. We did that. We looked across that, and then we come to this bit here. Yeah, so it's up to you really to decide what you want to do. We've got a rent train point here. Now, when I was talking about the lavender, when I was doing my prepping on here, this field was all lavender. So what I'm going to show you a little clip now of harvesting the lavender with a lavender harvester to give you lavender bales, plus then using a regular harvester so you can harvest lavender normally as a crop. And again, depending on what process leads to another process, you might be selling or using a lucrative selling item to produce another item, which ends up making you less money. It's weird. And there is a lot going on. Oh, you'll see the train go, but the train is insane. Look at how many carriages are on this train. Cars, carriages. I was going to show a video clip of that. That saved me doing that. Everything is just bonkers on here. Absolutely nuts. There you go. I'm going to cut to the lavender clip and have a breather. there you go. I mean, don't worry about the fact I was using Unreal stuff and whatever. It doesn't matter. It was just a case of getting it done. Then we come to this facility again. Without premium or platinum expansion, this made no sense. I clicked on here and nothing was happening. Now this produces. If we go. There we go, down the bottom. Trash cans and garbage containers, which won't make much sense at the moment. So all of these things, that's what I'm saying. So these things, barrels, buckets, bathtubs, armoires, these are all stuff from platinum. Then we come down to, we've got soups and things down the bottom here, preserves and things like that. That's all premium. Bring them here and they get kind of recycled at this, well, I say recycled, it's garbage centre. And then we get those other products out the end. Trash can and garbage container. Fine, okay, the processes are all there, recipes are all there. And I ran this through, I put some stuff in and I could not work it out. I had the trash cans were smaller, 1,000 litres. The garbage containers were 5,000 litres. I couldn't work out where they were. It made no sense. I was like, what? What is happening? Turns out, by the side of that building there, and I'm going to show a little video clip of it, the containers appear there. There's a little point just here. You remember I showed you that little hazard marked area up by all the housing further up? The trash cans appear by those buildings. So you can then go out and collect them. So the garbage centre, although you're producing them here, they appear on the map elsewhere for you to go and collect, which then become relevant later on. Confused yet? That's that. I need to whiz across the bottom of the map. Oh, I need to show those video clips. Video clips coming up now. We're off again. Across the bottom of the map, I will see you at the next location. There is a bridge that we're going to come to. Just by the bridge there is a rent train point. I'm not necessarily going to stop at that, but there is one by the bridge. So just the other side of the double bridges, road bridge and rail bridge, we've got the gas station. There is a sell point here, so gas station and gas station sale. We then come round here. We've got this drying facility. So we click on this. This is the grain dry for 100,000, and we can do dry corn and dry beans. So if you bring corn and soybean here, but you're also going to need propane, that will dry down. You get compost as a byproduct. Now I haven't found. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So I haven't found what the compost is for yet. Let's check out manure spreaders. There we go. Right. So manure spreaders. I was just thinking of other maps where it's had compost. Anything that's producing compost as a byproduct can be spread on your fields like manure. Just so you know, it's on there as an additional one. So there you go. That will dry down corn and soybean. We've then got, this was the supermarket. Supermarket just here. Then we come to the recycling centre. The recycling centre, I'm thinking of Mason County. Which is also Poorboy. Mason County had this on it. Now again, there's going to be a video clip to accompany this because this is just, again, next level bonkers. Right, so recycling centre. And what this recycles and makes will make more sense later on. We buy the recycling centre for 150,000. So we've got junk car. Now this is, I'm hoping I'm going to find it as we go around. So we've got corn, slag, trash can or garbage container. Trash cans and garbage containers we just saw. We've seen those, where we can make those and where they're going to appear. Corn, that's corn, we can bring that. Slag, I haven't found where the slag comes from. I don't know. But what we get outgoing is a junk dozer, junk car, junk loader, junk tank, waste oil. You remember I said the tankers earlier on had some extra things? Waste oil can be produced here. And then junk train. Yes, a junk train. The junk trains appear here. They're 5,000 litres. The others appear here and they're 1,000 litres. I'm going to cut to a video clip. Showing nose. Onwards, my friend. Friend. If there's one person watching, onward, my friend. Onward, friends. Let's continue. I know I'm whizzing through. I'm just giving you an idea of you know, it is absolutely jam-packed. Now, the Deadwood, South Dakota, it says in the description about being, like, you know, if you're looking for a Wild West kind of, that's not this. You're not going to get that here. If we come across here, this was just, I think it was just a wood sale point. Was it a wood sale point? I can't remember, and I didn't write it on my notes. Windmill sale all, and there is a wood sale point there as well. So that's a sale all point. And then we come across the way here. This is oil. This needs to be purchased as well because it's not just. Click on there and do that. So sunflower, canola, olive, corn oil, and lavender oil. So when I said earlier about corn oil, this is where we get that. You bring your lavender here, you can make lavender oil. And again, if you want to sell that, that's fine. And you are getting a byproduct of waste oil as well. So we're getting waste oil from a lot of locations. And then sell it on. Or if you just want to sell your lavender, if you just want to sell your lavender bales, you don't have to make lavender oil. You don't have to do any of it. That's the oil mill. And then the biogas plant is an absolute must have a look at, because this is not like most maps where you go, oh yeah, biogas plant standard crops in, standard crops out. Nope. Now this one, I'm trying to think, I've done so many map tours and I've done preps on so many maps as well. I think, yes, we need to buy the land. I'm pretty sure we do. So we are this here. So plot 40, if we do that, that, and that, and their icons appear. Not too expensive, 69,152. Get the biogas plant, there we go, and then we'll start scrolling down. So grass, potato, silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet cut, canola, sunflower, corn, wood chip, coal, crude oil, used oil, and then obviously the recipes are all there. Incoming products, why is this not working? There we go. Incoming products at the top, outgoing products, methane digestate, diesel exhaust fluid, propane and kerosene. So if you're wondering where you get your propane from, here. The biogas plant does it all. There's just... I will need to lie down after I finish this. Large silage camp just there. Another river a bit further on. We're going to get to that later on. Back down to the bottom and then out across, carrying on west. I might just do this, you know. We might just do it. Come up on our right, we've got paper and cardboard. So when I say about the paper and cardboard plant is just here. These are, if I've gone the way around, probably. There we go. Just there, paper and cardboard plant. And all these plants, they're not cheap. So paper roll and carton roll, there we go. Just wood chip in, that's all you need, and you can produce other things. So this one's not overly complicated. You don't need diesel, kerosene, propane, nothing like that. Just bring your wood chip and you can get those. So as far as it goes then for your flour mill, which requires the paper roll, that comes from here. Continuing onwards. Now as far as the train goes, we've got rent train points. The train comes in from the west, goes out east. It doesn't show on the map where, and when you drive the train off the map it just says unknown. So, and I don't think I had any sell points that came up saying unknown. You may, potentially if you do a contract, you might get a contract that comes up saying deliver to unknown, maybe. It may just be because it hasn't been named. Rent train point just there, come across the tracks just here, and this is gold production. You heard it. Gold production, I think we've got a debris crusher here as well, have we? Yeah, debris crusher just there. Gold production just here. We click on this, buy that. Gold production requires water, pay dirt, coal, and we get gold out. These two will become more relevant later on. Across the tracks we do have a beehive tucked away that does have the honey pallet point already on it, so that is already here. Now, if you are going to want, I'm just thinking, if you want to put more in, we are now here. So I haven't even shown where we started here, came all the way down to here, did a loop round there to the garbage, came all the way along there, and we come up as far as here, come back down again, come all the way along here. This plot of land, oh, we can purchase, that's right. I was just saying, because if you want to sell this, and then maybe put your honey production spawn point somewhere else and put multiple beehives down, but you do start with a beehive, and there is honey production there. I'm just going to whiz through the trees to do this one, and then we'll carry on up the road. Quality plywood can be produced here, 175 grand. Plywood produced requires wood chips in, plywood out. Again, pretty straightforward, not too bad. I was trying to think what else required plywood later on, or have we already seen something? I don't think we have. I can't remember. That's that facility. Factory, production. Carrying on. Up the road till we get to here. Now this is the smelting plant. I think this was the smelting plant. Please be the smelting plant. No, this is cement and asphalt. This is the cement and asphalt factory. Cement factory, asphalt factory, sand, lime, stone powder, diesel, gravel, and you can produce cement and asphalt out the other side. Again, productions that you can sell on. I don't think there was any use for them. I'm trying to remember. I don't think there was. But again, all of these products will become relevant later on. We've already seen that the biogas plant, we can produce diesel and diesel exhaust fluid. So if you're looking at that, or you can just go and buy diesel. It's entirely cheap. I don't think, because this requires premium and platinum expansion. Some of the things you can purchase from binding silos and that kind of stuff. It's not one of those maps where you have to just use the stuff that's been produced on the map. I'm pretty sure we're okay, because when I was doing my testing, that's what I was doing. So, by-production plant, smelter. This is the smelter. We can produce metal, drum barrels, nails, gold bars, pipe, metal, nail, and then all. The ones that say all, if you look at the recipe, you've got the various different junk, and it says here junk car, dozer, tank. So if you're wondering what, it melts down all the metal, basically. What you're getting out is, there it is. I wondered where it was coming from. Metal, slag, drum barrel, nails. So the slag comes from here at the melter, because obviously that's all the stuff left over. Why didn't I think of that? So you're basically making all the stuff from rubbish, recycling. Plywood's required here as well. So it does all interlock. Iron ore, coal, gold. Gold? Which one of these recipes? Oh, yeah, gold bars. We're taking the gold out of the other stuff and then smelting it here to make gold bars, I think was right, wasn't it? Yes. And pipes. So, yeah, that's what that is. The ones that all say all are requiring the junk that we saw earlier on that was being produced at the recycling centre. So it melts it all down to produce those other things. And breathe. Right. Next, if you thought that was a lot. Next up, carpentry. The list on here is nuts. Is it carpentry next? Please be carpentry next. Otherwise my list, I might as well just throw it out the window now. Right. Carpentry, yes. Let's look down the list. These are all the things that can be produced, but they require in planks, long, metal, dry lumber, planks, plywood again, wood beam, out, all this. Sawdust comes out as a byproduct. What else did we need sawdust for earlier on? But there was something that needed sawdust, wasn't there? Have a look through. I mean, look at that list on the right hand side. This map is one of those ones that will keep you busy. If you like productions, if you like pallets, I mean, at the end of the day, you can set everything onto distributing and just start bouncing things around the map to produce whatever it is you want to produce. But realistically, again, if you don't want to do any of that, you don't have to. You really don't have to. We're now heading all up here to the sawmill. The sawmill is going to be relevant because all those things the carpentry just said required, that's all up here. There's a rather large area, and it is mostly forestry to the north. We got ins and outs and shake it all about all over the place. If we come to here to buy the sawmill, 250 grand. Wood planks, wood beams, wood planks, that's the dried. You notice as well at the top, wood, coal and propane required. incoming. We are getting sawdust out as well, but some of these, the ones that are propane, that dries it down as well. That gives you coming out planks, wood chips, bark. Earlier on we were looking at something that required bark, sawdust, wood beam, planks, so dry lumber. That's what the propane's for. Can all come out of here. Then the stuff that requires dry lumber, this is where you're going to get it from here. Up at the sawmill. Should we go to the farm? So as I was saying on the way up, if you don't want to do any of this, you can just farm on. If you want to do a bit of farming and a bit of forestry, there are fields, and because of all the extra crop types, you can just come on and just enjoy the extra crop types. Have a go at doing some of the extra stuff. You know, if you haven't done lavender before, have a crack at lavender. Now, I apologise if I've read that as prairie tall and it's prairie tail. I'm sure it's prairie tall. It's prairie grass, basically. And I'm going to show you that in a minute, because the main farm, which is what we start with on New Farmer, we'll talk about slot counts in a moment, has prairie grass everywhere. I'm going to show you a little video clip in a moment of that. So this is the prairie grass. I really like this. This should be on all maps as an option to grow prairie grass. I like it. We do have here chickens, potentially 360. We have over here, this was our sheeps. These are the slightly modified ones though. Sheeps, well, no, where are we? I've lost it. In more ways than one. 500. Come over the way here, through the grass. Over here. This was 500 as well. Pigs at 500. Now, when I was saying earlier on about sweet feed, which can be fed to all the various different animals, this is a feed production unit. So when you start on New Farmer, you do already have this feed production, and you do already have the garbage production right down in the southeast corner of the map. You do start with both of those. So if we come onto here and click on this now, we're right at the top. So we can make silage, alfalfa, cow feed, pig food, hay, alfalfa hay, and then sweet feed. And there's various different recipes there for the sweet feed. And again, our incoming requirements, when I said about corn straw earlier on, there's the corn straw. Soybean straw as well, so soybeans, we can get soybean straw, but all these various different things in will give us, including honey, will give us out silage, compost, again we've talked about that, top mix ration, pig food, hay, and then sweet feed can all be produced here at this facility using various different things, so sugar cane, sugar, honey, and then the various different either soybean straw or corn straw in that to produce sweet feed, which can be fed to the animals. Back to the pickup. Now, on New Farmer, the slot count is 1,482. We've got bale and pallet storage, 250 just here, and then we've got our equipment. We've already seen some of our equipment over at the vehicle shop and in that field, but we do have a smaller tractor here. We've got the little International, so little rear mower, baler. We've got a case, Maxim there, front loader, and we've got a bale spike on the back. Trailer just here. Behind this, we've got the cow pasture. Cow pasture holds 1,000 cows. On farm management start from scratch, the slot count goes down from 1,482 to 1,427. The difference being you won't have the feed mixing silo, you won't have the animal pens, these stand animal pens. The cow pasture can't be removed, that will stay because that's fixed in place. And these two buildings are still here, and it will look like this. The other thing I was going to show you as well, when I said about the prairie grass, if we come across here, it should show me bottom right. There we go. Cow pasture. Oh, that's interesting. It's not showing me. But I'm going to show you a little video clip of me. I mowed this and then baled it with the baler, and it shows it as prairie grass, and then it bales it as normal grass. So it doesn't matter what the grass types are, but it will bale it as grass. I'll show you that now. Shall we carry on? We've got a few more bits to do, and then we should be there, and then I say we should be nearly. Nearly. And I can go back to my Maps I Missed series. I think I've got another 4 to do on there. Let's Plays will be continuing. They kind of died a little bit. I will be getting to them. I promise I will be getting to them. To our right hand side just here we've got the Farmers Market sell point. That's just there. Now we're going to head up. It's a bit of a drive. We're going up through the forest right to the northwest, and that is the crude oil production. There we go, coming up. I'm trying to think now. I'm sure Mason County wasn't the crude oil production in the same location. I'm trying to think. Was it the same location? Potentially. So, come up to here. Click on that. Crude oil. We've got the 2 there. One. Now this I found curious. Recipes was exactly the same. 1,400. Not the recipes, but cycles per month. 1,440. You can either do crude oil from just water in, crude oil out. Fine, that's one recipe. The other recipe requires sand and pipe and water. You're still getting 100 out. Difference is that one's water, and if you've got a water source that's free, I suppose you're doubling up maybe. You're still just getting crude oil out. So it makes me wonder, why would you, if pipe's being produced and you could sell the pipe, regardless. Anyway, you can do 2 different recipes here for crude oil production. We are now currently, go back to the map, from here went all the way up the side. We went all the way up to the sawmill, came back down to the main farm, came out there, farmers market. We've come all the way up here. We're at crude oil. We're going to whiz across and do this one and this one. That one's really quite relevant. Then we're going to drive. I won't show the drive all the way back, and I won't show this bit. You can cut across here, and there's a big sort of lake here above the top of the waterfall, and there's a ford that runs across. I thought it was a bridge, but it's a ford. It's actually very picturesque up there, but we actually do need to come back down to go across then, and then up to the final view. So I'm going to whiz across to firewood production, and then we'll go up north to show you that sell point that's right up to the north, and I'll explain why that is relevant. So, rather large log bridge just here. Firewood production just here. I'm going to turn the engine. Oh, why not? So, firewood production just here. 5,000 to buy. Just firewood, wood in, firewood out. That can be sold. Job done. What we are going to do now, though, is we're going to take a quick whiz up. Now, this is hard to get to. Now, what you could do a little bit of forestry. You could put in your own track if you wanted to. This is far north, right up through the forest. It's a long way to go, and you would argue the point, why then? Why would you come all the way to a sell point, all the way up here? So this is Cabin View, I think it was. Cabin View Cell Station. The reason you would come all the way up here is because the prices that you get at Cabin View Sale Station are way better than anywhere else. So Cabin View Sale Station is just here. If we go in and we go up to our prices, and I'll go down till we get to one that says Cabin View. Right, so for example, flour there. Look on the right hand side at the sell prices. They're all in the 1,000s, 1,314. Cabin View, 2,800. Cabin View on the next one, bread. They're all sitting around 3,500, 3,600, 3,800, 7,300. Cake, 9,000. Pretty much double. I mean, I say pretty much, yeah. 18,688. Butter, Cabin View, 5,152. So bringing your stuff up here to the Cabin View sale point is worth it because the prices are so much better. But it's a lot harder to get to. So you're kind of, I say, being rewarded. I guess so. But again, it's one of those things you might think, okay, you could do a whole episode where you're clearing a path, you're building a road up to a very lucrative sell point. Why not? Back to the pickup, and I'm going to head back down the map, as I said, and I will see you down back on the main road, and we'll whiz along, and we'll get the last few of these points done. And like I said, I'm not trying to be judgy. I'm trying to lay it all on the table, throw it all out there, and say, look, this is what it is. This is where it is. That's why I put a question mark. I didn't put this is too much with an exclamation mark. I put is it too much? You know, there's something you have to decide. I'm still kind of on the fence because I love all the stuff on here, but as I'm finding on Evergreen and some others, you can get too bogged down. It depends on who you are. If you're a little bit obsessive compulsive about this sort of thing, you can get really bogged down on all of this and then lose track of the farming. But it depends how you want to balance things. Back on the main road, heading east again, past the waterfall. We come just past here, we've got a pizzeria. That road there runs down to where we drove up and we did the biogas plant. That's the road just there. We come a little bit further along, we've got the animal dealer and animal dealer sell point. Just here on the left. We are heading right up to the northeast corner now. The vehicle shop where we started and our equipment in the cornfield are just off to the right. We'll get there, but then we head up then towards the quarry. To the final couple of locations. This grass is quality. So, turning here. It's a little bit of a drive up through here because it has to wind. I mean, we gain quite a lot of elevation up into the mountains. Whoa, blimey, buckaroo! So the quarry-related products, the various different things we've seen, that pay dirt and sand and all those things, and ore and things that were required at the gold facility and at the smelter, and they're all up here. This is the relevant, and it's not like, hang on, it's on here. It's not like Evergreen where you've got 4 mines that are required in things. You come to this facility just here, and this facility here, this is building crusher. So rather than just a normal crusher, this is a building. So crusher, that's just what it does. Incoming, stones, diesel, water. Outgoing, all the stuff that I was talking about. Coal, lime, limestone, dirt, gravel, sand, iron ore, pay dirt, stone powder, all produced here. So it's not a huge amount of stuff in, and you'll see why that's relevant in a moment. And all that stuff out. So the recipes, it's not a lot of cycles per month, it's not a lot of stuff coming out, but you run that for a while, you're going to get a bit of stuff. Putting into this building, there's a little ramp that comes up here onto this, and you've got your tipping point just here. Be careful. Ooh, goes into there. So that's the building crusher. That doesn't crush buildings, it is building with a crusher. And then we come to the quarry. Now the quarry I showed you on the map earlier is split into 2 sections. And why is that relevant? Look at the amount of stone that is on the ground. As we go and you look at the levels as it builds up, how thick that is. It's not just around the top. Every single layer and level on here is full of stone. So if you want to buy the land and you want to get the stone out yourself, you absolutely can. And it's split into 2 halves, and it wasn't too expensive. And because that building crusher requires stone, this is where you do it all from. So you've got a whole quarry here, as much stone as you can possibly deal with. If you want to use other mods and stuff that are available in the mod hub that require stone to do other things, you can. But what we also have up here, and I did test this because I wasn't sure, because on the map, we come here and go back to our map. So we've come along the bottom, we've come all the way up here, past that one, we are now here. That shows a production. It says endless stone tower. So I bought the land anyway, but I don't know if I don't think you need to. If we come to here now, be careful. There's a lip here. If you put a trailer underneath this, endless stone. You just click on it, and it will fill your trailer with stone, and off you trot. So if you don't want to spend ages with whatever piece of machinery and equipment you need to get the stone off the floor, you can just come and grab stone from here. But if you bounce down here, and you fill up a trailer with stone and it becomes heavy, you might find it tricky to bounce back up here. So you might want to bring something along and maybe smooth that a little bit, clear it back a little way, I don't know, or just you might get lucky and just put up next to it and get the trigger come up. But that is the endless stone up here at the quarry. Look at my notes, did I miss anything? I hope not. I apologise if I have. And that's it. That's the map. That's Deadwood by Poorboy and Bruce's Gaming. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.